Hi everybody, I want to talk about, wait for it, regulators. Mount up. Emotional regulators. These are the people that narcissist, borderline, manipulative people rely on to keep the peace. Because they have no empathy. They tend to be confrontational. They know they have anger issues. They know they rage. One of the purpose of flying monkeys and one of the purpose of their circle is to sort of help regulate the situation when things go bad. So right off the bat, you can always think of like movies and probably real life where you get two people in a confrontation. They're doing a lot of posturing, a lot of this if you're a parrot, or a lot of this if you're a jock. But everybody knows this situation where you've got two people in a confrontation, they're posturing, and then they have their little group of minions that hold them back, right? So finally one of them takes it a step too far and the other one reacts. And all of their friends jump in. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just walk away, man. Just walk away. It's not worth it, man. Come on. They're a piece of shit. Right? Without those people, narcs and borderlines get their asses kicked. Most of them have learned this, right? When you're not with your group of people and you have the inability to regulate your own emotions and you go into a rage, you don't have a team of people to protect you, you get your ass kicked. So on the borderline side, borderlines tend to look towards their close relationships, their significant others, to fulfill this role. For narcissists, they look more towards the flying monkey brigade. So how does this work? Like why does this happen? Well, because they both have very low self-esteem and low self-worth at the core of the disorder. And combined with the fact that they have the splitting pathology. Splitting means you're either friend or foe, good or bad. You're either for me or against me. They don't have middle ground because that never developed in childhood. So you have somebody who literally feels like they're a giant piece of shit. That nobody would really want them if they knew the truth. Which is probably true. They have this core belief that if the people around them knew the truth, they would have no friends, they would have nobody in life. And so their solution is to hide it and to construct a social structure, a social network around themselves to sort of fill in the gap to hide behind. There's a great show called Dexter. I'm sure the vast majority of you are familiar with it. If you're not familiar with it, he's basically a good guy serial killer, which he's a forensic police officer, a forensic investigator in the Miami Police Department. So he's a serial killer, but he's a police officer, and he only kills, quote, bad people, and he has a code. But a big part of it is he's schizophrenic. He sees people who are not there. And so he's basically constructed a life around himself that hides his true identity. And it's very, very smartly written. Narcissists and borderlines somewhat do the same thing. They're very self-conscious and very very good at trying to hide who they are. They call this the false self, right? Like it's the mask. But the mask isn't just them. The mask extends to their social circles, right? And one of the jobs of the social circle, one of the jobs of the flying monkeys and the significant others, is to emotionally regulate the situation when they start losing their shit, right? So if you're in a relationship with somebody who's borderline, they want you there to be in case of emergency, break glass, remove you, right? You are the instrument to resolving whatever it is that they're raging about. Because in the cycle, anytime you see somebody with these one of these two disorders, or both, which is possible, what you see is it becomes your job to resolve the rage situation. If you don't, it goes and 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 it goes. They do not so both of these disorders lack a legitimate structure for recovering from a rage situation. They have no path to resolution. So it's like once they're angry about something, they can't let it go, and it just stays stuck, like forever, until you pull it off, right? And so that makes you the emotional regulator. I've seen this in my life, and it looks a lot like, why didn't you jump in and defend me? Why didn't you break it up? Why didn't you have my back? Is that, well, why is that my responsibility? Why is it my job to pick a side? Why is it my job to jump into your fight to begin with? You're the one who started the fight. Like, everything was cool, everything was great, until you flipped off and lost your shit. And you're an adult. You're not fucking 14. It's not the jobs of others to come up and sweep up behind you when you twist off. It's not. But I'm sure everybody has seen this situation where everything's fine, and then there's this logic of, I will be forced to do blah because of this, right? So because you did this, now I have to go do blah, right? And it's yes, causality and cause and effect are a thing. The difference is, you can notice the effect, the thing that they're saying they're being forced to do, there's nobody forcing them to do it. It's totally optional. As a matter of fact, it's very irrational, completely unrelated. But they're gonna do it, anyways, right? So it's like, damn, it's like, you didn't pass me the straw for my drink, so now I'm gonna have to go shave your hamster. It's something that's totally unrelated, right? It's way off in left field. And if you think about this, think about it for a minute. All the drama that surrounds them is drama that they create. As a matter of fact, the people who are surrounded by drama, that is a hallmark of borderline disorders. Because with a borderline, when they experience emotional injury, the drama that ensues is their way of recruiting people to resolve the situation. So they don't have the ability to resolve the situation themselves. But once they're angry, if they stir up enough drama with enough people, they can get a group of problem solvers together to resolve the situation for them. And what happens with borderlines is you see this escalation and escalation, and they escalate and escalate with endless energy. And whether they know it or not, probably not. The purpose of this, the purpose of stirring drama and creating drama, is their way of outsourcing a resolution. Because once they've experienced their emotional injury, and once they're in a rage, they don't have the ability or capacity to resolve that situation themselves. So, you know, if you say, you know, piss me off, I'll piss everybody off. They do that to the point, eventually, you get enough people involved where all the other people around negotiate and solve it for you, right? And so that's where you have people in the middle who are the peacemaker, right? The people who come in to resolve the situation, which I've done a whole video on this. Being a peacemaker is a very bad idea. You don't ever want to be a peacemaker or a people pleaser. Be sure to check that out. That's the whole purpose of having the peacemakers. That's the whole purpose of being the people pleasers, right? Narcissists, on the other hand, are a little bit different. So, on the narcissistic side, if you're the people pleaser, what a narcissist will do is, because they see their viewpoint as superior and everybody else is inferior, when they experience an injury and they go into their rage, they're not necessarily looking for an emotional resolution and a calming of things. They're looking to prove that they are right. So they're not interested in resolving the conflict. Borderlines start the drama, but narcissists, they just get mad because you've now suggested inferiority. And so they get mad and they go on the rage and they go on a campaign to prove superiority. And then what they do is, for the people who are the people pleasers and the peacemakers, they triangulate off of those people to attack the supply or to attack whoever it is that injured them. So the peacemakers, the regulators, all of those people, they triangulate off those people. You know, think of The Big Lebowski, John Goodman's character, where he's like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right? Those types of people. They'll triangulate. And so they'll say, you know, it's like, I'm not mad because blah. So it's like the first thing that happens, they get mad for some stupid reason. Right? And they're like, I'm not mad for the stupid reason. I'm mad because this means blah, 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 blah. And they're like, wouldn't you be mad? Wouldn't you be mad? Wouldn't you be mad? I mean, you'd be mad, right? And then, you know, the peacemakers and all that stuff, they're like, yeah, no, I mean, I can totally see your point. Yeah, you're totally right. And then the narcissist will recruit these people to their side and ostracize you. And then they've proven that they're superior and that you're inferior and that you were wrong to begin with. And then they go home and they rub one out with a champagne of victory. So that's sort of that's where all this comes from. That's the role of the regulators. Mount up. That's how it works. So I hope this helps y'all. Please comment. Let me know what you've seen in your life. I'd love to see people giving some more examples of this in action. You know, tell me about it. Tell me what you've seen. Tell me what you've been through. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on another video.